Y'all, please, somebody take my wallet. Please. And delete these apps off my phone so I can stop buying books. Hey y'all. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Charnel. Y'all, I've been shopping over the since spring started. It's like when winter ended and that seasonal depression eased off of me, I was like, oh, I need more books. So I just been slowly, like everywhere I go, these new releases. Y'all, our Black author faves, and just authors period, have been releasing a lot of good books this spring. And I just hit one of the books. I've been shopping. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in. This video is just going to be basically a spring massive book haul. So it's just a roundup of the books I've been buying this spring, this season. And this is not book related, but y'all, so I just did my hair last weekend. So basically it's like 7 days old. But my natural girlies, please jump in the comments and tell me what edge control y'all be using, because like, look, mine they just don't lay down. And I've always known that about my hair. Like, it just doesn't lay down. I can't even do a slick back that y'all be doing. I've always tried, but with these braids, like, I want my edges to be like laid, but they just don't lay down. But the edges, I mean, the braids look fresh and nice, and I love them. But I look at these edges, I'm like, you're just not going in with the style of my braids. But anyways, so yeah, let me know what edge control y'all be using. That's not gonna break my hair off. That's very important. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna jump right into the books that I've been purchasing this spring. I'm gonna start with one that literally just came today from Amazon. And I know we have issue with Amazon. I know, I do too. I feel bad. But the thing is, a lot of these books, they're only available on Amazon. Or if not, it's going to be ebook through Kindle Unlimited, which is Amazon still. So I figure like they're still the author is still making money off of us buying from Amazon, especially if Amazon is the only retailer you can find their books. We need a bookstore, multiple bookstores for like indie Black authors, or like lesser known authors, or just indie authors period. Because like our kids, like, you guys know Amazon is the only place where we can find them if you want the physical copy. Nobody else has them. So it's just like we're feeding the beast of design, but it's just like we want to read our, like, these new authors, indie authors, Black authors, Latino authors, all of these who don't have the big backing. So anyways, all that to say, I'm starting with one that just came, went downstairs and grabbed it. It's called Long Past Summer by I think it's Nue Kerwin. And I saw I don't know who it was. I think it was on Instagram. I saw somebody, they posted about this. I think it's a new release. So maybe they were doing like a book tour or something. Or they were like talking about their art, something like that. And I was like, oh, look at that cover. And I read like the synopsis, and I went on Amazon and bought it. And yeah, so it's from Nue Kerwin. And this one, I'm not going to read all the synopsis for all these. There's a lot of books that I got, y'all. So it just says, it's hard to move on from a broken heart and harder to move on from a broken friendship. Wait, hold on, I need to read this. But Caitlin Marchand is living the polished life she always planned for. A successful New York lawyer with a promotion in her sights and a devoted boyfriend by her side. She's come a long way from the meek teen she was growing up in small town Georgia. But the memory of her adolescence isn't far. In fact, it's splashed across a massive billboard in Times Square. An old photograph of Michaela and her former best friend Julie has landed on the cover of a high-profile fashion magazine all over the city. And when Julie files a lawsuit, Michaela is caught in the middle as defense lawyer for the magazine. Okay. Let's see what this is about. I'm excited to read this one. And also, y'all, I've been in a really big comfort read, feel-good fiction, and romance mood. With a little sprinkle of, like, fantasy thrown in. Because that's another thing. Some YA fantasy, and just fantasy and period, has been like, there's been new releases lately, but y'all see that in my May wrap up, so I'm excited about that. Another one I recently bought was When I Think of You by Maya Ariel, and it's actually my current read, y'all. I'm like 30% in. I bought this last month. I pre-ordered it. I think it came out like April 15th, April 13th, somewhere around there. And I ordered it on pre-order like in March or February. So it's a highly anticipated read for me, and I just finished Blood Justice by Terry J. Benton Walker. I think that's his name, the author. So I was like, oh, I need a palette cleanser. You know, why fantasy can kind of get dark. I was like, I just might as well read this. I've been wanting to read it for basically the past 6 months anyway, or to a year. So yeah, it's so cute so far, but I'll tell y'all what it's about. So the unexpected spark of two former flames may force them to choose between their dreams and each other in this sweeping second chance romance. So it's a second chance romance. I'm just gonna tell you like what it reminds me of. Not exactly. It's not a copycat. It's sort of it's like Hollywood-esque. So it's like in the movie industry, the film industry. So it's sort of like our fave Kennedy Ryan's Real. And who is bigging up, or she gave a quote. It says, "We are lucky to have this booming new voice in romance, Kennedy Ryan." USA Today, actually New York Times bestselling author now. Of Before I Let Go. So yeah. So this is very reminiscent of Real, but the difference is this is a second chance romance. So the characters already know each other. Versus Real, it was like a forbidden romance, I think, was Real's trope. But yeah, so I'm loving it. I love I'm Jamaican, but I grew up in California, so that's like my home state. Versus Jamaica is my home, But so it's just yeah, so it's all about this, Hollywood. I love stories and like movies and stuff about like Hollywood and the film industry, glitz and glam. I'm like not into that for myself, but I just love reading about it. So yeah, I'm loving this. Okay, so let's see. These are all mixed up. I'm not even going in order. Another most recent that I just bought on like 2 days ago are these next two books. So Wayward by Dana Spiotta. This is a used book that I got from a bookstore. So Word Bookstore, they have a location in Brooklyn and in the town I'm in, Jersey City. So two locations. So I go to the Jersey City location like anytime I'm downtown or whatever. I go to that location, and they always have a shelf or like a big stand shelf thingy full of used books. So you can get like good books for like $5, $6, whatever. So this was on that shelf. So thrifting, you guys, you gotta reuse these books. Can't just read them once and then you know what I'm saying. So I'm a big proponent of used books, like especially if they're good in condition. There's no bugs in them. They're clean and nice. Buy a used book. Anyway, so this one is about So on the heels of the election of 2016, Samantha Raymond's life begins to come apart. Her mother is ill. Oh, that's my that's all I try to kick out. Like, I can't pronounce H's, you guys. I don't know if y'all know this. Or like if a word starts with my accent immediately wants to come out to add an H. Like ill, I want to say hill. If you're Caribbean, you know what I'm talking about. It's like that code switch immediately comes out. I don't know. Okay, so her mother is ill. Her teenage daughter is increasingly remote. And at 53, she finds herself staring into the mids. That hour of supreme wakefulness between 3 and 4 in the morning, during which women of a certain age suddenly find themselves contemplating motherhood, mortality, and in this case, the state of our unraveling nation. When she falls in love with a beautiful, decrepit house in a hard-scrabble neighborhood of Syracuse, she buys it on a whim and flees her suburban life to grapple with what lies ahead. National Book Award finalist Dana Spiotta gives us a poignant humor. Okay, y'all don't need to hear about that part. But yeah, so this sounded so interesting to me because you don't really get a lot of books where the female main character, or just the main character period, are, you know, women of a certain age, like over 40, over 50. Very few books that I've read where the main characters are, you know, mature. Like, and it's like, you know, I'd love to hear about that. So I was like, oh, for sure I want to read this. Another one that is like where the main character is matured is coming out this summer by one of my faves that I always talk about on here is it Beth O'Leary? No, Claire Pooley. Sorry, Claire Pooley is How to Age Disgracefully. It's coming out like in June or July, and the main character is a mature woman also, like in her 50s or 60s or something. So I'm excited about that, and I'm excited to read Wayward. Yeah, and then with that same day, that same purchase, I got Missing White Woman by Kelly Garrett. Y'all, I've been hearing about this book for like a year, since like last summer. And I've been waiting for it to come out, and it's out. So I'm so excited. The name of the cover and the name like caught my attention like sometime last year. I was like, oh wait, Missing White Woman, because you know we know like yeah, this gonna be a story, and I'm excited. So this one it's about the truth. It says the truth is never skin deep. It was supposed to be a romantic getaway weekend in New York City. Brianna's new boyfriend Ty took care of everything: the train tickets, the dinner reservations, and then rented a 4-story luxury row house in Jersey City, my city, y'all, with a beautiful view of the Manhattan skyline. But when Bree comes downstairs on their final morning, she's shocked. There's a stranger lying dead in the foyer, and Ty is nowhere to be found. A black woman alone in a new city, Bree is stranded and out of her depth, especially when it becomes clear that the dead woman is none other than Janelle Beckett, a missing white woman the entire internet has become obsessed with. There's only one person Bree can turn to, her ex-best friend, a lawyer with whom she shares a very complicated past. As the police and a social media mob close in, all looking for hashtag justice for Janelle, Bree realizes that the only way she can help Ty and herself is to figure out what really happened that night. But when people see only what they want to see, can she uncover the truth hidden in plain sight? Oh, this is like I feel like this would be a good like beach read. Like, I don't know why I feel like beach reads are like, you know, like crazy thrillers, sort of like that. Is it a thriller? Yeah, I guess it's a thriller. But yeah, I'm excited about that. And another book that I recently purchased is Nosy Neighbors by Freya Sampson. You guys, in my April reading wrap up, I sang the praises of Freya Sampson and her book The Lost Ticket. I love that so much that I looked up what else she has, and I realized this was already saved on my Goodreads on my Goodreads TBR. Like I don't know when I did, but I was like, oh, so I already knew about her, so perfect. So I don't know, recently I was in some bookstore. I'm always in a bookstore, and I bought this one. So I'm so excited. I love Freya Sampson's writing style. Her stories just draw you in. They're like feel good stories. Well, I'm saying it like I know, but I've only read The Lost Ticket by her. But I loved how that book made me feel. I love the characters. She has lovable character. That book had lovable characters. So I'm hoping this will be the same. But yeah, so the synopsis, I'm just gonna read the blurb part. It says, nothing brings neighbors together like someone else's secrets. At Shelley House, the walls have ears, and they're attached to a ragtag duo of busybodies ready to pry, snoop, and generally annoy their neighbors into solving a crime. All right, so this sounds like it's gonna be funny. There's a dog on the back. It's cute. Yeah, I'm excited to read that. That sounds like it's gonna be funny. We need that, you know. We need the feel good fiction. I don't care who your author is that you go to. You need feel good fiction. There's too much. There's a lot of darkness and, you know, real stuff going on in the world. But you need that feel good fiction or show if that's your thing. But another one I recently bought was The Bluest Eye by the GOAT, Toni Morrison. Y'all know who Toni Morrison is. She's a Nobel Peace Prize winner, Pulitzer Awards, legend, like icon, legend. Yeah, so this is The Bluest Eye. I've read this in like high school, high school English. I took like English lit, y'all know, in high school, and I don't think I appreciated it back then. I don't know if I even finished it. Like I know my teenage brain was like, this is boring. But it's been on my radar like since then, to like, okay, I need to go back into Toni Morrison's books. I have Sula. I read that. It's so good. I loved it. It's deep and impactful. So like I'm on a mission to go through her backlog. So I'm gonna reread this soon. And I just bought it. So you guys already know. You should already know what Bluest Eye is about. It's Toni Morrison. And then another one I just got from Toni Morrison it's a used book. This is the original cover, one of the original covers, I think from the 80s. So this is Beloved by Toni Morrison. And yeah, so I think this is the 90s cover. But yeah, so I got it from, does this say? Oh yeah, this is the 1988 cover. Yeah, so 1988. So yeah, so this is a used book. I got it for like $5. Am I lying? Yeah, I got it for $5. No, $7. From one of, I have in my neighborhood, or like further down from my neighborhood, there's like a it's like a used, it's like a vintage store, but it's like secondhand stuff. You know, those little boutiques, so they have a wall of books and records and all that. So used stuff that they like make sure it looks good, and then they resell it. So yeah. So this was a good find. So yeah, y'all, I'm really on a mission to, you know, own more Toni Morrison books and reread the ones that I have read. Yeah, because that's important. And then another one, Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellors. Y'all, I've been obsessed with finding this book for months and months and months, and the same bookstore that I told y'all about, where I found Missing White Women, they have this, like, that bookstore is like, It's called Word. I told y'all earlier, I think already, so I don't know why I'm not saying it. But yeah, Word. They have gems that like the everyday run-of-the-mill bookstores won't have, that from what I've seen, from my experience. So I was so excited when I saw this, and it only had like 2 left. So I was like, I have to get it. Anyways, I've been wanting to read this. It sounds so good. Okay, so this one it's an addictive, humorous, and poignant debut novel about the shockwaves caused by one couple's impulsive marriage. The 24-year-old British painter Cleo has escaped from England to New York and is still finding her place in the sleepless city. When a few months before her student visa ends, she meets Frank. Frank is 20 years older and a self-made success, and his life is full of all the excesses Cleo's lacks. He offers her the chance to be happy, the freedom to paint, and the opportunity to apply for a green card. But their impulsive marriage changes their lives and the lives of those around them in ways they never could have predicted. While Cleo struggles with depression and Frank with drinking, Cleo's best friend tries to embrace his gender identity in the wake of her marriage, and Frank's financially dependent sister arranges sugar daddy dates after being cut off. Ultimately, this chance meeting between 2 strangers changes everything for better or worse. It's a painfully relatable debut about the spontaneous decisions and perfect relationships that shape entire lives. Yeah, I'm really excited about this. There's so much dialogue in here, which I love. So that I feel like it's gonna keep me captivated, and I don't know, I hope this doesn't let me down, because I've been like so like enraptured with this book, and I've seen so many good reviews on YouTube and I think Instagram, from other like bookstagrammers and booktubers. So I'm really excited. And another one that just came out, y'all, these authors have been putting out these books this spring, is The Kiss Countdown by Etta Easton. And I'm so excited about this one, because like I said, I've been in a romance mood, happily ever after mood. So yeah, so this one is about an astronaut for sure. So a struggling event planner and a sinfully hot astronaut must decide if their fake relationship is worth a shot at happily ever after, in this starry debut. So yeah, so it's I don't know what trope it is, but it's contemporary romance. Yeah, I'm really excited, and I've heard people who have started reading this already or read it already, that I've seen on like my bookstagram, on Instagram. They've been loving this book, so I'm really excited. All right, so this one I also just recently got. It's a used book that I got from another used bookstore near me. It's called What's Mine and Yours. Yeah, What's Mine and Yours by Naima Coster. Let's see. So, it's the author who wrote Halsey Street. Have y'all read Halsey Street? Let me know. So I got this for $6. So it says, a community in the Piedmont of North Carolina rises in outrage as a county initiative draws students from the largely black east side of town into predominantly white high schools. On the west, for 2 students, G and Noel, the integration sets off a chain of events that will tie their 2 families together in unexpected ways over the next 20 years. Okay. So yeah, this has a lot of dialogue too, and the font is big, so I should be able to, this seems like it'll be really good. So, yeah. Okay. There's a few more books. Okay, another one I'm so excited about is Sankofa by Chibundu Onuzo. Y'all, this has been on my list for like 2 years. Let me not get to lying. When did this come out? Because I feel like I've had this on my Goodreads for a long time. So this came out 2021. Yeah, so 2021 this came out. So yeah, it has to be 2 years. It's been just sitting on my Goodreads want to read shelf. What is it called? TBR shelf on Goodreads. but I've heard it's so good. Okay, so Sankofa is about, after years of being a daughter, a wife, and a mother, Anna finally has the time to wonder who she really is, but the only person who could tell her, her mother, the only parent who raised her, is dead. Searching through her mother's belongings one day, Anna uncovers, I can't talk, a few clues about her father, whom she never knew. Student diaries chronicle his involvement in radical politics in 1970s London, involvement that eventually led him to return to Africa, where he became the president, or some would say dictator, of a small nation in West Africa, and he is still alive. When Anna decides to track her father down, a journey begins that is disarmingly moving, funny, and fascinating. It raises universal questions of race and belonging, the overseas experience for the African diaspora, and the search for a family's hidden roots. So yeah, I've heard it's like really moving and like funny. It could be lighthearted. But yeah, I've heard it's really, really good. So I'm so excited I think I'm gonna read this soon. So yeah, Sankofa by Chibundu Onuzo. All right, another one is from Christina Flores. Now That I've Found You. I think this is I cannot talk. I think this is considered YA because Christina Flores, she does have sets of books that are like YA, like young adult, like 19. I think this main character is probably like 18, 19. So this is about searching for answers, love, and your eccentric grandma in all the wrong places. Following in the footsteps of her uber famous grandma, 18-year-old Evie Jones is poised to be Hollywood's next big star. That is, until a close friend's betrayal leads to her being blacklisted. To save her floundering career, Evie must make a public appearance with America's most beloved actress, her grandma Gigi, aka the Evelyn Conaway. The only problem, days before Evie is to present her grandma with an honorary award in front of Hollywood's elite, Gigi does the unthinkable. She disappears. So let's see. And Now That I Found You, pretty soon. And a next one that I just got was Kiss and Spell by Celestine Martin. It says falling in love can be a witch. So this one is about, sometimes happily ever after takes a touch of magic. Ursula Caraway was this close to her fairy tale ending, but in a twist of fate, the witch finds herself heartbroken, her magic all but gone, and telling fortunes in the local psychic shop to make a living. Never again will she wish for anything. No glass slippers, no pumpkins, and absolutely no Prince Charmings. I'm excited to read this one. Oh, there's like text messages and stuff in here. And a lot of dialogue. Okay. All right, last but not least, another new release I got is Out of Office by A.H. Cunningham. This one is, look at the cover. Oh my gosh. Like, I want to go on vacation to read this. I want to go home to Jamaica to read this. So this one is about a sensual vacation romance exploring what happens when you step out of the office, take a chance on yourself, and discover your deepest desires. Genevieve Raymond was born an overachiever. After opening a hot new hotel in Panama, she's on track for a major promotion, but first she needs a break. Even if her overbearing mother doesn't approve, for 2 glorious weeks, Jen's giving herself permission to explore the beaches of Cologne and the attractions she shares with her sexy as hell driver, Adrian Nicholas. That's my husband's name, Adrian. Okay. This is a long synopsis. I'm not reading it all. So yeah, so those are all the books that I've purchased this spring. There's actually a couple more coming, like on Tuesday or Wednesday. And after that, I'll be done. That's it. No more. I'm turning off Amazon. That's it. I'm only going to the library. Okay. All right. So thank you guys for watching. I'm so excited to get into all my new books. Y'all know I'll tell you all about them. But yeah, So please make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment. Like, what books have y'all been buying? And please let me know about the edge control. I know it's not book related, but look, I need to blend. Let's blend this into the fabulousness of the braids. But yeah. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.